Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a makeup look, kind of like a get ready with me, using my current favorite affordable makeup. I really just felt inspired to sit down and play with some makeup today, but I also know that I do owe you guys some sort of favorites video because I have been doing a lot of first impressions of drugstore makeup here on my channel. So I figured today I would do a makeup look, again, kind of like a get ready with me, using those standout products from the drugstore first impressions that I have been doing, the products that have become my favorites from those videos, and the ones that have just been incorporated into my everyday makeup looks. Spoiler alert, I have been loving so many of the products that I have been testing out, so I figured I would incorporate them into today's makeup look. But as I said, I really just felt like sitting here and playing with makeup. If I'm being totally and completely honest with you guys, makeup tutorials and get ready type of videos don't always do the best on my channel, but I feel like I have to stop caring because I love doing them. I love just playing around with makeup. So I figured I would start here again today, but definitely also update you guys on some of those first impression drugstore products that I've been testing out and using. I also want to make this makeup look like super fun for summertime, so I just thought it would be fun to kind of combine everything and do a get ready with me using some new favorite drugstore products, and the look could be fun for summer as well. So I hope you guys enjoy seeing this video. I am rocking a pony today just because I really didn't feel like doing my hair. I know I like never wear my hair up on camera, but I'm kind of liking it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I just really wanted a quick style today and to get the hair out of my face. So I really hope that you guys enjoy seeing this video. I am very excited to play around with makeup today, and if that is something you're interested in, make sure to keep on watching. We're going to jump right on into the eyeshadow because my eyebrows are already done and I did go ahead and already prime my eyes. For my eyeshadow look today, I have been loving this eyeshadow palette, and I feel like this palette I fall in love with all over again once the summertime kind of comes and we're back into the warmer months, because the colors in here just scream summer to me. So for today's makeup look, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Sweet Talk Pressed Powder Palette. I love this palette so much, again, because the colors just scream spring and summer. I know it's like holographic, so I hope it's picking up okay on camera, but I love playing around with these beautiful pinks, like orangey shades. These glitters are so fun to play around with. I filmed a eyeshadow palette tag. I'm not sure if that'll be up on my channel by the time you guys see this video, but I did this really fun like pink makeup look with a glitter cut crease, so I think I'm going to try to recreate that look for you guys today. So the first shade that I used is this one right here, which is the shade Work It. It's a really beautiful light brown transition, but it has like a strong, almost like peachy, kind of reminds me of like orange soda from Anastasia Beverly Hills, a strong orangey undertone in there. I'm taking this on my Sigma E35 tapered blending brush. I do have a code for Sigma if you guys wanted to get some new brushes. I always have all of my discount codes and everything like that in my description box down below if you guys want to save some money when you shop. Really intense like orangey shades are my favorite for the summer because I think it's a really great and easy way to kind of transition your neutral makeup just to be a little bit more summertime appropriate, even if you don't want to play around with like pinks and stuff like that. Just like an orange is close enough to brown to still be muted, but also still really fun at the same time. And this is like the perfect color for that. Now I'm going to go in and do a little bit of deepening on the outer corner. I'm going to use the shade West Side down here, which is a really pretty neutral brown type of shade. It has a little bit of a pink undertone to it, but I love this shade on the outer corner. While I go ahead and apply this eyeshadow, I want to go ahead and check in on you guys. I feel like it's been a long time since I've done just like a chill kind of do my makeup type of video and just talk to you guys. So how are you guys doing? I know 2020 has been definitely a crazy year so far, so I just want to make sure you guys are doing okay. I really do enjoy talking to you guys, and that's why I like doing chatty videos so much opposed to like voiceovers and stuff like that, because when I sit down to film videos, I really feel like I'm talking to my friends, like I'm connecting with my viewers, and it's just a really awesome feeling. So I hope you guys are doing well. You guys know you could always message me on Instagram or reach out to me in the comments if you want to talk about something or just have someone to chat with. I talk with some of my subscribers pretty frequently via Instagram DMs, and I love it. You guys are seriously like the greatest friends, so definitely feel free to do that. I love talking to you. Now that I have that second West Side shade applied, I'm just gonna go back in with the original color. I forgot what this is called. This is called Work It, the orangey brown shade, and I'm just going to really blend that out and make sure everything is nice and diffused and that there aren't any harsh edges, because blending is key. And I feel like sometimes I blend so much in person, and then when I go back to edit the video, it looks choppy, like I could have done so much more blending. So I always make sure to overblend, if that's such a thing, especially when I'm filming my videos. As I mentioned, I want to recreate a look that I did in another video. I will post the picture right here just in case the video is not up yet, but I really love this and I figured maybe some of you would want to see how I did it. So the first shade that I took all over my lid is the shade here, which is Garden Date. This is seriously like a gorgeous, really true type of coral shade, and I'm just going to take this, like, oh, that color is so pretty. I'm just going to take this and pack it all over my lid. I love these like fiery orangey pink shades for the summer. Again, just like a wearable way to do color, which is one of my favorite ways to wear color, is to make it look as wearable as possible. And also, honestly, there's like no doubting how incredible ColourPop formula is when it comes to their eyeshadows. It's really some of the best. Again, just going in for some touch-ups with those matte shades that I used. I don't want to like deepen up this look a ton. I just want to make sure the outer corner shade is showing, just to really kind of help me shape the eyes, but I don't want it to be like too dark, like an intense smoky eye or anything like that. Another one of my favorite things about this Sweet Talk palette is that it actually has some pressed glitters in here. They're like self-adhering glitters that they don't need any glitter glue or an eye base or anything like that. I do just want to say definitely use these at your own risk, because I don't believe, don't quote me on this, but I don't believe that these are cosmetic grade glitters. They are just like a little chunky, and they could be intense for around the eye area, so definitely just be careful with that. But if you're careful with them and if you use them properly, they could look beautiful on the eye. So my favorite way to use these is just by lightly tapping them on top of a color, because they are not like an opaque eyeshadow, they're like a sheer glitter topper. So for this look, I'm going to go in with the Prima Drama glitter. If you guys can see, it just sticks to the finger so nicely, and they really are self-adhering. So I'm just going in and lightly tapping this over the shade that I just put down, and it sticks right to the eye. Now I'm gonna go in and do the glitter cut crease, which is so much fun. It really takes a look like this to the next level. Although we already have glitter on the eyes, this is just so fun to work with. So this is the Milani Hypnotic Lights Holographic Eye Topper. I have mine in the shade 01 Luster Light. So I'm just going to take this on a very tiny brush. This one doesn't have a number. It's from a Crown brushes set. Just anything, if you guys can see, like really, really tiny. And I'm going to draw this. For me, I'm kind of faking a crease. If you guys have a high up crease already, you could draw it right inside your crease. I think I messed up already. But I'm just going to kind of draw it and fake a larger looking crease for my eye shape. It doesn't have to be totally perfect, especially since I do have a chunkier glitter on my lid already. It's not going to show 100% if you make a mistake. There's glitter all over me right now, you guys, from the mixture of eyeshadows that I was using, but that is one of them done. It doesn't look perfect, but again, I don't think it shows that much, kind of backed with the glitter that we have on the lid already. But I'm going to try to do the other eye and also make them even. My eyes are a little bit different shapes, and one of my eyes are bigger than the other one, so sometimes it's hard to get stuff like this extremely even, but I'm gonna try my best. There's the glitter cut crease. I definitely think that it's not my best work. I think it came out better the first time that I did this in my other video, but we're just having fun today. I think once I do like mascara and everything, you won't even be able to see it as much. I definitely think the second one came out a lot better than this one. This one just got a little like smudgy for some reason. Sometimes these makeup looks just don't go as planned, but that's okay. We're not going to worry about it. So now I'm going to pop on some mascara, and my new favorite mascara is the e.l.f. Keep Your Curl Mascara. I recently tested this out for the first time in my full face of e.l.f. video, and this is one of the first impression updates that I really wanted to give you guys in today's video because I have never tried a better mascara. I definitely think that this is going to be like my go-to constant repurchase mascara because it is just so good, and I never thought that I would fall so in love with a mascara with a shorter plastic bristle like this. You guys know I love the more natural nylon type of bristles, but I have been obsessed with this. It makes my eyelashes so long. It's seriously just like the best mascara. I mean, look, I literally just went like that once, and look at how long my eyelashes are already. So I'm going to pop this on both of my eyes. It does take me a little while to do my mascara, so just to save you guys some time, I will check in with you guys in a little while to start on the face. I would say that when it comes to my recent favorite affordable products and kind of analyzing my first impressions, a lot of my favorites have been products for the base. I have tried out so many amazing base products recently from the drugstore, whether it's primer, foundation, concealer. There are so many great ones from the drugstore that are very affordable, like $10 and under, $5 and under. I have been absolutely loving trying new base makeup from the drugstore. I'm really quickly going to start off with something that's not new but still really great, and I recommend to you guys an old school drugstore favorite, and that is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus 3-in-1 Primer Water, and this is their Rose Spray. To top that off, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Prime Focus Serum. I love Wet n Wild. You guys are probably going to see a lot of Wet n Wild in this video. Also a lot of e.l.f. in this video because that's just what I've been trying out and loving. I have been really enjoying this hydrating primer serum. Even for the warmer months, I just like having that balance of hydration and then some mattifying products on the skin. This hydrating primer is definitely a gem from Wet n Wild. I always try not to touch the dropper to my face, but I like this so much because it's hydrating, but it's very thin. It's not like overly thick and moisturizing and oily. It's a very thin, it almost feels like a water-based serum. Oh yes, hydrating water-based serum. So great for summer, great for those of you that have oily skin, but you still want a touch of hydration on the face. It's probably one of my favorite new products that I have tried in the last few months. That makes my skin really nice and luminous and dewy, but again, since we are kind of in these warmer months for the summer type of makeup, I am just going to do something a little bit more mattifying, something that's going to give more of a soft focus blurred effect on the center of my face. And for that today, I'm going to use the Catrice Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer. Again, this isn't like a total new find. I've probably had this for close to a year now, but it's one of my favorite primers for the summer for all of those reasons that I just mentioned. It's blurring, it keeps the center of my face nice and matte, and really grips onto the makeup in areas that I tend to get more oily. I want to go a little bit lighter on the foundation today. I don't want anything too heavy or too matte looking on the skin. I definitely want to keep it like glowy and fresh. So I'm going to be using my Dream Satin Liquid. This is one of my favorite foundations from Maybelline. This also has hydrating serum within it, so it gives a beautiful satin glow to the skin, and I wear mine in the shade 20 Classic Ivory. I believe the specific packaging and formula is available still on Amazon, but if you guys go into a drugstore to purchase this, I believe it has been repackaged and reformulated maybe. I think it's called the Dream Radiant Liquid, is the updated version of the Dream Satin Foundation. This foundation gives a really solid medium coverage to the skin, but overall it is stunning. Like, how could you not love this beautiful glow that it gives? It does last a long time as well for being something that is more like satin and hydrating feeling. It stays on the skin a really, really long time, which is the perfect combination for me. Now for concealer, this specific concealer I talked about a while ago on my channel, like December around the holidays, but I feel like I haven't followed up on it much, so I wanted to come back and talk about it. And that is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. This has some really awesome coverage. It's an incredibly long-lasting concealer. Even on days where I like more of a lighter foundation, I still like a full coverage, really long-lasting concealer. I just like to maintain that flawless look underneath my eyes. So in this concealer, I have the shade 115 Light Nude. It might be a little light on me right now with this foundation. I did get just a little tiny bit of color this past weekend. And there's the concealer. It's not like glam type of full coverage, like it's not the Too Faced concealer or like Tarte Shape Tape full coverage, but it is a really, really high medium borderline full coverage, and it just makes the under eye look so good, again, compared to nothing on it, just my bare under eyes. I'm going to go in and set the skin now, and I'm going to be using something that I totally fell in love with, that I tested out during my full face of e.l.f. video, and that is their Halo Glow setting powder. This has been my new favorite loose powder. I have been using this every single day ever since I filmed that video like a month ago now maybe. But this setting powder is gorgeous on the skin because when it says glowy, it's not like oily. It doesn't look like a highlighter. It just provides the most beautiful sheen on the skin, and it doesn't make your face look flat like a lot of other loose setting powders do. So I just like to put some in the cap and set my under eyes with my sponge, and hopefully it really shows on camera just how like gorgeous the finish of this powder is. It is a stunning powder, and it honestly, once it's blended in, it doesn't even look like I'm wearing any powder at all because it's so glowy. It almost looks like I'm just wearing foundation without powder, but of course my makeup is nice and set in place and it looks a lot more smooth. So this powder is honestly everything I could ever want in a setting powder. Of course, for a summertime makeup look, I want to look nice and bronzy, and there have been two drugstore bronzers that I've been really loving. Again, a Milani bronzer that I tried back in December, but I've just been loving it more now, especially since I have a little bit more color to me. I find that this bronzer looks better on me now than in December. And this is Milani's Silky Matte Bronzing Powder in Sunkissed, but a more recent find that I love is e.l.f.'s Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Perpetually Tan. The primer infused bronzer is going to be way more of a warm option. I mean, you guys can just see here, comparing the Milani one to the e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. one is a lot more warm tone and gives just more of like a sun-kissed kind of look. I don't know if you guys can see on the swatches there, the Milani one is on the top. It's a little bit more neutral cool, and the e.l.f. one is a strong warm undertone type of bronzer. I think today I'm going to be using the e.l.f. just because this is one of my more recent first impressions, and I have been really, really loving it. I would say that if you are a little bit more fair than me, this might pull just like super orange on you. So I would just be careful. I would just maybe test out the shade or try out one of their more neutral shades. But I actually believe this is the lightest one that e.l.f. has, so maybe hopefully in the future they will come out with a lighter bronzer in their primer infused line that's just a little bit less orangey looking on the skin. I am actually going to switch over to the Milani bronzer just to do my nose contour. I find the e.l.f. one to be just a little bit too warm tone to pull off a natural looking contour. So I'm going to take the Milani one. Again, this is the Silky Matte Bronzer in Sunkissed. I'm using the same brush. I just kind of like to pinch it to fit down these sides of my nose here and just start lightly contouring. I still don't think I've mastered the nose contour, but I have been getting better, and I look back at some of my videos before I did this and I see how much of a difference it really makes. So just like defining the nose, slimming it out, and just making it look better. To add some color into my face, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Color Icon Blush in the shade Mellow Wine. This is probably the best drugstore blush formula that the drugstore has to offer. And this one in particular in the shade Mellow Wine is a really pretty no blush type of blush while still giving a nice amount of color to the cheek at the same time. So I'm just popping that on, which I think this is Wet n Wild's blush brush, which is really great in combination with the powder. Another first impression follow-up that I wanted to bring with you guys is on this Hello Halo blush lighter from Wet n Wild. I know when I first tried this out in my testing new products from Wet n Wild video, this was the one thing, I think this was the only thing in that video that I was just a little bit unsure about. I wasn't sure if I liked it. Did I love it? Was the highlighter too intense? But I actually have to say I have grown to really like this a lot, especially the actual blush side of it. So after I go in with my classic powder blush, I go in with the blush side of this highlighter duo. I take it on like a little small brush and just kind of fluff it right on top of the blush, kind of more in like the apple of my cheeks area here. And I don't know if you guys can see, I think you can. It just adds a really pretty sheen. It's almost like a blush topper slash light glowy type of pink highlighter. It's just this beautiful product that is really great, especially for like a glowy summertime look like this. It looks awesome on top of a matte blush. And the highlighter I have been loving too. At first I thought it was a little bit intense, but I think I just had a lot of texture on my face at the time. I do still think that this is a highlighter formula that is going to highlight texture. It's not going to look the most smooth on the skin, but look at that. Oh, it is so intense and pretty. If you guys like an intense highlighter, even if you do have texture, there is nothing wrong with that. Definitely do whatever your preference is, but this is just such a pretty highlighter, and I think I had to kind of get past that first layer of it, which just seemed a little bit dry and chalky, to really get to the beautiful buttery part of the highlighter that was underneath. I think it kind of had some sort of overspray on it. That's pretty much it for the face. I'm sure you guys can tell I've been loving a very bronzer look with a really intense kind of like dewy glow to the face this summer. It has just been one of my favorite type of skin looks to rock lately. So now that I am done, I'm just going to set everything again with the Wet n Wild Primer Spray in Rose. Jumping back to finish up the eyes, I am going to do a really fun pop of pink on the lower lash line, and I'm going to take this shade Meadow right here in the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette that I have been using, and I'm just going to really build this up and make sure the pop of pink is nice and intense on that lower lash line. And for the inner corner, I'm going to take the shade Side to Side right here, which is actually a pressed Super Shock shadow, which I love. They just pressed it into the palette. All right, so last thing, I'm going to throw on a quick lip, and I think I have found my new favorite formula of drugstore lipstick. And again, it is from e.l.f. They have just been really impressing me. I've tried out a lot of stuff from them, and this lipstick was one of the standouts that I've tried recently in a first impression. So this is their Seriously Satin formula. I really think these are like $2 or $3. They are extremely affordable, but also really comfortable. They have so much color and they last a long time on the lips. This one I have here in the shade Nectar, which I think is going to go perfectly with the eyes. Alright you guys, so here is the final makeup look using some of my current drugstore favorites as well as some older favorites as well. To be completely honest with you guys, I don't know exactly what I'm going to call this video or where I was really going with it. I just wanted to sit down and have fun today and play with some makeup while also updating you guys on some first impressions, but I think this look came out really fun. I think it is perfect for the summertime if you have like an event in the summer, or if you just want to go out and get get glam. I am so excited for things to start opening up here in New York. That's everything. I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing today's video and spending time with me today. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel before you leave. I would love to have you guys here as part of my little YouTube fam. If you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos, click that notification bell down below and you'll get notified every single time that I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!